Have you ever dreamed about swingin' report show babes? I have. But in case you haven't, the Dreamcast and I are like-minded. So this is Space Channel 5, a game boasting the mesmerizing hostess Ooh La La, and also one that proudly boasts home on the Sega Dreamcast. And what I mean by that is twofold. So on the one hand, Space Channel 5 harkens back to this mentality of Sega in their console development phase, where the games that they are developing and marketing feel very distinct, yet so full of energy and so proud. On the other hand, the game literally feels like it's built specifically for the Dreamcast hardware, and I'll show you what I mean. But first, let's talk about that style. So, Space Channel 5 is literally as distinct as they come. In the game, you play as a report show hostess who is trying to save the world from aliens that are causing people to dance. I'm pretty sure that hasn't been done before. But it's important to remember that the rhythm game genre, as far as the home consoles go in 1999, was a bit shallow, so Space Channel 5 was something of a breakthrough for the genre. It also feels like a representation of the cultural attitude of the time period. For instance, I get this vibe of Austin Powers meets Mars Attacks. And that invokes this sense of cultural awareness in the player, whether in 1999 or today in 2015, for those who are nostalgic for the time period. Another sense that I get from the game is that Ooh La La is a very strong female lead. Not like a lot of these games today that try to portray females as innocent, girlish creatures. No, Ooh La La is really quite the enchantress. So let's take a moment to talk about Space Channel 5 as a technical showpiece for the Dreamcast. I think it's just that. It really stands its ground as an artistic achievement for the console. And that operates on two levels. So first you have the foreground with the polygon textures, the characters, and those are really competent. I'd say they match up to PlayStation 2 style polygon textures. And that alone is commendable. But perhaps more interesting is the game's use of stop motion capture for the backgrounds, as well as the cutscenes. Now, you could technically make the argument that they don't hold up nearly as well as the polygon textures do. However, in some respects, they're actually more interesting in that they lend a degree of realism to the environments. And I imagine that at the time, that must have been something to marvel at.
ご覧のように宇宙人基地を壊滅しました。 これで地球にも平和が訪れるでしょう。以上、秘密基地よりうららが。
But even today they hold up pretty well. I mean, if you're a fan of a film like Wallace and Gromit, I don't see how you can't appreciate the use of stop motion capture here.
これは洗脳放送？
テレビだ。テレビを撃つんだうらら。
了解。
奴らも踊らされていたのか。
Ulala Sea Report Show!
So, if you go into a discussion about legacy titles on the Dreamcast that are classic and memorable, Space Channel 5 will probably come up, partly due to its scale and also its style. But beyond that, it's also just plain catchy. I chose my words carefully earlier, ooh la la's, mesmerizing, and an enchantress. Well, I mean it. When you start playing the game, it's really easy to get in the groove and go for that high completion rating and, time all of your moves just perfectly. It's not a terribly punishing game, but it is one that's certain to keep players on their toes, if not tapping them to keep up with the beat. That's another thing. You don't have to play the Japanese version of this game. I do because I enjoy the robust quality of the voices. Even Ooh La La, when she's saying the directions in English, they really feel in character.
Left down, shoot. Right up, shoot. Arigato.
So there you have it. I got a big thumbs up for Space Channel 5. It's probably not for everyone, but for those who do enjoy the genre or think it looks interesting, Space Channel 5 and Ooh La La got the style and features to show.
Good shooting!
Thank you, Ula.
Sega!